Have you ever looked at an older woman wearing layers of flashy jewelry, bright oversized earrings, and a chunky belt and thought something just feels off? The truth is, many accessories that once looked chic in our 40s or 50s can suddenly start working against us after 60. What used to express confidence may now add unnecessary weight, distraction, or even make your outfit appear cheap, no matter how elegant your clothes are. Here's the thing. Style after 60 isn't about giving up trends or playing it safe. It's about understanding the quiet luxury of refinement, knowing when less truly becomes more. And sometimes the smallest accessory can transform your entire look from dated to dazzling. So before you reach for that bold necklace or glittery handbag, stop for a moment. Because in today's video, we're revealing 6 accessories you should stop wearing after 60. Not because of age, but because they simply don't do your beauty justice anymore. Stay until the end, because I'll also show you what to wear instead. The subtle swaps that instantly elevate your look from cheap to chic. Welcome back to Timeless Wisdom Path, the place where women over 50 and 60 rediscover their confidence, elegance, and timeless beauty. Here, we believe that style has no expiration date. It only evolves with you. If you're watching this, chances are you've opened your jewelry box or your closet and thought, I used to love this piece. But why doesn't it look the same anymore? You're not alone. As we mature, our skin tone, hair color, and even the way fabrics fall on us change. The accessories that once brought sparkle and personality can sometimes start to overpower or age us, and not in a graceful way. But here's the good news. Upgrading your look doesn't mean throwing everything out or chasing youth. It's about refinement, choosing pieces that reflect the woman you are today, confident, elegant, and effortlessly stylish. Please subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path for more weekly style tips and gentle confidence reminders. Hit that button now so you don't miss the subtle swaps that make a big difference. 1. Oversized and heavy jewelry, statement pieces that drag your look down. There is something deeply emotional about the jewelry we collect over the years. Each piece may hold a memory, a milestone, or a moment of joy, and that's why it can be so hard to let go. But when it comes to oversized or heavy jewelry after 60, the emotion must be balanced with a little honesty, because what once framed your face beautifully may now overwhelm it. As bone structure softens and the natural lines of the face change, large collars, thick chains, chunky beads, and heavy statement necklaces can add visual weight around the neck and chest, shortening the perceived neckline and pulling the eye down instead of lifting it up. That dragging effect can make a face look tired or heavy, and it distracts from the warmth of your smile, the light in your eyes, and the graceful lines you've earned. The same goes for massive chandelier earrings or oversized hoops that tug on the earlobes. Not only can they accentuate elongation or sagging in the earlobe, they can also cast harsh shadows that emphasize lines around the jaw. Hands show age too, and thick bangles or wide, clattering bracelets can make delicate hands appear thinner or more fragile. The beautiful news is you don't have to abandon all statement jewelry. The trick is rethinking scale, weight, and placement, so your pieces support you instead of competing with you. Think of one meaningful piece that can be given space to shine, rather than dozens all fighting for attention. Replace chunky chains with a single elongated pendant, or a layered set of fine chains that create vertical lines and draw the eye upward. Swap heady cuffs for a slim, well-crafted bracelet worn alone, or a delicate watch paired with one thin bangle. Instead of dramatic, rigid necklaces, try fluid forms that move with you. Light pearls, a slender rope chain, or a portrait pendant that rests gently against the chest. For earrings, choose delicate drops, thin hoops, or single stone studs that add sparkle without weight. A small, high-quality piece often reads as more curated and intentional than a large costume replica. Also consider proportion relative to your frame. A petite woman may be overwhelmed by what a taller one can carry with ease, so always match the piece to your body scale. There is also a tactile difference between cheap, heavy costume jewelry and well-made light pieces. Quality metals and wheel stones wear differently, catch the light softer, and move more gracefully, giving an overall impression of refinement. Emotionally, Editing your jewelry box is a gentle act of self-respect. It honors what you loved while making room for what flatters you now. Keep the memories. Rework the pieces if you can. A jeweler can often transform an old chunky necklace into a modern pendant. And choose jewelry that amplifies your natural beauty. The goal is to wear pieces that make you feel seen and elegant, not overworked. Let one voice speak clearly rather than an entire chorus competing for attention. 2. Cheap materials and costume jewelry. How faux sparkle often reads as low end. We all love a bit of sparkle. It lifts the spirit and can make an outfit feel celebratory in an instant. But costume jewelry made from plastic, low-grade metals, or imitation stones reflects light in a harsh, fly way that can look artificial, and under certain lighting, it reveals itself as fake. After 60, skin texture and tone change subtly, and materials that were flattering before may now highlight unevenness or cast a glare that competes with your natural radiance. Fake rhinestones and acrylic beads can look bright and childlike when paired with sophisticated clothing, and cheap gold or silver plating often wears off quickly, revealing base metals at tarnish and give a tired impression. The emotional sting here is real. We may hold on to a piece because of its color, its cost, or the memory it carries, but seeing it age poorly can make us feel let down or embarrassed. The remedy is simple and deeply kind. Trade quantity for quality. You don't have to splurge on designer labels to choose materials that age well. Look for sterling silver, vermeil gold, gold-filled chains, freshwater pearls, and natural stones. These materials have a softer, richer glow that complements mature skin and catches light gently. Pearls, for example, give a soft, warm reflection that lifts the face and masks imperfections. A single strand or a modern, slightly knotted pearl necklace reads as classic and tasteful. Natural stones like sapphires, topaz, or moonstone add subtle color that deepens with time instead of flashing garishly. If budget is a concern, choose one investment piece and pair it with well-made costume pieces of neutral finish. The contrast will make all pieces look higher quality. Also, pay attention to finish. Matte or brushed metals look more modern and less showy than overly shiny plated pieces. Avoid loud glittery brooches and rhinestone clusters unless they're placed intentionally in a modern context. Those often feel costume-like. Another practical tip is to care for your jewelry. Wipe metals after wearing, store pearls separately, and avoid perfumes or lotions that can dull finishes. If a treasured item is clearly worn, consider having it refurbished. Many jewelers can replate or restring vintage pieces so they look fresh and wearable. Emotionally, choosing better materials signals that you value yourself. It's not about showing off wealth. It's about selecting pieces that reflect you with dignity. Quality materials last longer, feel nicer to touch, and more importantly, they make you feel elegant when you wear them. That feeling of quiet confidence, knowing your pieces support you rather than compete with you, is worth every careful choice. 3. Overly nostalgic brooches and pins. How to reimagine heirlooms without letting them date your look. Brooches and pins often carry stories, gifts from mothers or memos from special trips, and they can feel like tiny treasures you refuse to part with, which is understandable. But some of these sentimental pieces, especially the very ornate floral or rhinestone-heavy styles, can read as costume or fussy when worn the same way they were decades ago. The problem is one of context. A heavy, ornate brooch pinned high on a modern minimalist blouse may look like a relic clashing with contemporary lines instead of a meaningful accent. That mismatch can make an entire outfit feel awkward and time-worn. The emotional conflict here is real. Letting a brooch go feels like letting go of a memory. There's a kinder approach. Reimagine and repurpose. Small and simple brooches can find fresh life as scarf closures, the clasp for a lightweight cardigan, an accent on the flap of a handbag, or even as a hair ornament on occasion. Placing a brooch lower at the waist on a structured skirt, or using it as a lapel accent rather than a chest focal point, modernizes the piece by changing its dialogue with the rest of the outfit. If the brooch is ornate but meaningful, have it transformed. A jeweler can often convert a pin into a pendant, a ring, or a bracelet charm, preserving the memory while creating something you'll feel proud to wear daily. Another useful rule is scale and restraint. One tasteful pin worn alone on a textured coat can read chic, while clusters of small vintage pins together usually feel cluttered. Choose brooch designs with clean lines, geometric shapes, or a single polished stone for a contemporary spin. Also consider metal tone. A brushed silver or muted gold pin reads more modern than a high-shine, overly embellished one. If you want to keep a collection display for sentiment but not wear it, photograph the pieces and create a small framed collage. The memory remains visible in your home without being part of your daily wardrobe. Emotionally, repurposing offers a solution that honors the past without letting the past defy your present style. You retain the story while updating the form, and that act of thoughtful editing is itself a stylish, empowering choice. Modern elegance after 60 is about intention. Each piece you wear should feel like a deliberate choice that enhances who you are today, not a costume that hides it. 4. Cheap or ill-fitting sunglasses. Why eyewear is one of the most important choices you'll make. Sunglasses are not just functional, they frame your face and speak before you say a word. Yet many of us pick the fun, inexpensive pair at a kiosk or buy a trendy, oversized style without considering proportion or construction. The result can be a look that appears flimsy or costume-like, especially after 60, when the area around the eyes becomes more delicate. Cheap frames often have poor hinges, uneven lenses, or harsh plastic that reflects light badly and draws attention to flaws rather than shielding and flattering the eyes. Ill-fitting sunglasses that slide down, pinch, or sit too low can distort facial proportions, making your nose or brow look different than they actually are. There's also the matter of color and finish. Stark black, bridal mirror lenses, or neon tints can be harsh against matured skin tones, while scratched or cloudy lenses look neglected and tired. The emotional fallout can be subtle but damaging. A pair of sunglasses that reads as low cost can undermine an otherwise polished look and make you feel less confident. The fix is simple and empowering. Choose eyewear as carefully as you choose shoes or a coat. Start with shape. Pick frames that balance your face. Angular frames for round faces, softer curves for square faces, and proportional sizes so the frames don't swallow or dwarf your features. Avoid frames that sit heavy on the face. Instead, look for lighter materials and smooth finishes that follow the brow line naturally. Tortoise, warm browns, soft matte tones, or metallic accents in gold or rose gold add warmth and sophistication compared to flat black. Ensure proper UV protection and solid hinges. These functional details also make the glasses look better. If budget is a concern, invest in one quality pair that fits well and looks classic. It will elevate every outfit. You can still have two styles: a classic, well-fitting frame for every day and a slightly more glamorous pair for special occasions. But both should be well-made and sit correctly on your face. Clean lenses, aligned frames, and a good fit are the signs of someone who cares about details, and that care translates into confidence. Emotionally, choosing better sunglasses is a small act of self-kindness. You protect your eyes and present yourself with intention. When your eyewear fits and flatters, it becomes an accessory that freights your life beautifully, not something that detracts from it. 5. Worn, slouchy, or overly branded handbags. How your bag tells a story about care. A handbag is a daily companion that often reveals more than we realize. It holds our essentials, but it also signals how we move through the world. A bag that is worn, saggy, peeling, or plastered with loud logos gives a message of neglect or trying too hard, while a well-chosen, well-kept bag quietly broadcasts that you care about details. After 60, scale and condition matter more than brand. Oversized, slouchy bags can swamp a shorter frame and make your outfit look shapeless, while tiny clutches used for daily errands can seem out of place and impractical. Likewise, big glittering logos or monogram patterns that scream for attention can date an outfit and reduce the perceived value of everything you're wearing. The emotional sting here is real. Perhaps that bag was a gift or a long-loved purchase, and it can be painful to let it go. But caring for your bag is an act of respect for yourself. Simple changes make a big difference. Choose medium structured shapes that hold their form. Take neutral tones like camel, black, taupe, or navy for versatility. And mind the hardware. Matte or brushed metals look subtler than bright flaking gold plating. If a beloved bag shows wear, consider restoration. A cobbler can replace handles, recolor leather, or tighten seams to make it look crisp again. Rotate between 2 or 3 bags seasonally to extend life, and use small inner organizers to keep interiors neat. Avoid logo overload. Understated branding reads more confident than signposting a name. When you choose a handbag that is in good repair and matches your body's proportions, it completes your outfit rather than distracting from it. Emotionally, investing time into your bag's upkeep shows self-respect. A crisp, structured bag on your arm makes you feel prepared, graceful, and put together. It's the kind of quiet confidence that others notice before you speak. 6. Flashy belts and logo overload. Why subtlety wins over shouting your brand. Belts and visible brand logos can be a quick shortcut to looking dated if used without care. After 60, the goal is to create a smooth, flattering silhouette rather than interrupting the eye with oversized buckles or glittering logos that demand attention. Flashy belts with giant initials or rhinestone buckles tend to pull focus to the midsection and can break the line of an outfit, making proportions feel segmented instead of harmonious. Logo overload, whether on belts, scarves, or dies, often reads as trying too hard, as if the label is doing the talking for you. The refinement that comes with age is quieter. It relies on proportion, texture, and detail rather than large announcements. Instead, choose media-width belts with simple, well-crafted buckles in a gentle gold or silver, or consider tonal belts that blend with your outfit to define your waist without slicing your figure in two. Handcrafted or artisanal belts with subtle texture or a sculpted buckle offer personality without shouting. Mix metals rather than matching everything perfectly. A small, deliberate contrast looks modern and effortless. When it comes to logos, less is always more. A discrete brand mark is fine, but avoid repeating logos across multiple pieces. Emotionally, moving away from flashy logos and toward considered detail is liberating. It frees you from the anxiety of being seen for what you own, and instead invites appreciation for how you present yourself. That shift is powerful. It puts your presence front and center, not a brand name. The mindset shift and practical swaps. How small changes create big, lasting elegance. This final part is about heart as much as it is about style. The clothes and accessories you choose should reflect the woman you are now, not a portrait of past decades. The real transformation starts with a mindset shift from accumulation to curation. Open your jewelry box, handbag closet, and sunglass drawer with compassion, not judgment. Ask, does this enhance my presence or distract from it? If an item makes you feel confident and seen, keep it. If it makes you feel self-conscious, retire it or rework it. Practical swaps are easy and effective. Trade heavy statement necklaces for a single pendant or layered fine chains. Replace plastic beads with freshwater pearls or stone pendants. Transform ornate brooches into modern pendants or scarf closures. Choose 1 or 2 quality sunglasses that fit your face and 2 handbags in neutral tones with structure. Swap flashy logo belts for medium-width leather with a simple buckle. Care matters. Clean and repair favorite pieces. Rotate accessories to reduce wear and store items properly. Think about proportion. Match accessory size to your frame and never underestimate the power of restraint. A single, thoughtful piece worn well will always outshine a crowded, mismatched look. Emotionally, editing your accessories is an act of self-kindness and affirmation. It says you value the life you've lived and want your outward expression to match the dignity within. When you curate with intention, your wardrobe becomes a set of tools that help you move through the world with grace, clarity, and quiet confidence. These small changes add up. They make dressing simpler, your presence stronger, and your style unmistakably yours. Thank you for watching Timeless Wisdom Path. I hope these small swats give you fresh confidence and remind you that elegance is about choosing what honors who you are today. If you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe, and share it with a friend who would love this. And I'll see you next week with more simple ways to make your style feel effortless and beautifully you.